Okay, so like I said, we're going to work on this website. You get. We're going to work on this website we're seeing over here. Yeah, it has the media query and all those stuff. So we're going to try our best now. Upload it. Yeah, you'll be seeing what I'm doing, and you also be doing yours. You get. So, like I said,
is there a way I can use my screen?
You can.
Don't worry.
You can. Yeah, you can.
I know what to do. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna move this over here. So let's begin. Father, I thank you for today's class and I thank you for everything. Thank you for how you have led us. Thank you for this week. Thank you for Monday. Thank you for this night. Father, I ask that let your spirit of understanding come. We cannot do anything on our own. By strength shall no man prevail. Lord, I ask for your mercy and I ask for your strength and I ask for your grace. Help us, O Lord, my Father, to do what we are supposed to do and to learn what we are supposed to learn and to be good at it. And in the end, your name will be glorified. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, let's do this. So, I have a. I'm gonna move. Can I bring this? Split this over here. Okay, split it over here. Then I'm gonna take this and split it to this place. But I'm going to zoom out for this so to look have that desktop view. You get what I'm doing, bro? So so this is our VS Code and this is our document. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the index file. That is our index.html. Right? You already know what it means for to have like an index.html because that is where your code is going to be running from when you host it on a platform.
You can give it any name you want now, but must it answer index?
Your homepage, I think so.
The blog.
No, the homepage. So, I mean, you name the homepage index.html. So let's,
The homepage.
yeah.
I don't understand. Is there another page apart from the homepage?
There are other pages, yeah, like this
Are we
page.
going, are we going to be having other codes running inside this?
You mean other codes in what sense? What, like when you say the other codes, are we going to run other codes? Like, what do you mean? Is it like JavaScript and putting all of those stuffs?
You see the home page. I'm now asking like the way you're seeing home page, you can see for going to have another page for this, another page for that.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. How
Okay.
do I yeah. Oh I did this and that before.
Let me live preview this
Oh,
quickly. Yeah, come here. Should be loading from now. Okay, live preview uploaded. I'm gonna share this live stream link. All right, let's begin. Yeah, it's me, ba.
yes, right?
All right, so we're gonna call this blog. Um, we can call it like maybe blog cloning. Let's say something like blog cloning. Okay. Then now, if you look well, if you look at this, we have a nav bar. We have a nav bar here. I'm gonna try using this inspect element to talk well. And let me. We have a nav bar. You can see the nav bar already. We have a section that contains all of this, and this. You get. So we're going to work on this to hopefully time gives us enough. If we have enough time, we'll work on the two of them tonight. Now, remember I talked about using an external CSS. You get. I've always talked about using an external CSS. So we're gonna do the CSS linking. External CSS. So can come maybe before this title. Even though we do it after the title, it still doesn't matter, sure, but use link CSS. Now we're gonna create a CSS folder. A CSS folder. No, not here. CSS. We're gonna call it create a file inside the CSS folder. You have to make sure that your mouse is on this CSS folder. Then click on create a file. So we can call it styles.css. Okay. So we're gonna come here to our index file. Come to our index file and call it CSS slash name this styles. I'm going to rename it to style F2. If you click on any file and you want to rename it, just tap F2. When you press F2, it will automatically bring it up. So instead of you to start right clicking and all of those stuffs, you have to bypass it. Okay. So after putting this, I'm going to be using the code I've already written. So after doing that, we'll move over to our body. Now remember, our body is what is going to be displaying whatever that is going to appear on the browser. Now, there was something I talked about. I don't know if I talked about it
Can
before.
you,
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
very well.
You know, so my network is bad. I don't even still log me out. So.
Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, back, bar.
Like what? I never know what
Are you back? Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like I was saying, let me go back and so, like I was saying, we have a navbar. The reason I'm commenting this so it should be easier for us to read. Now, in terms of creating divs and containers, there is this. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. When I talked about there is a kind of like a new modern way of creating some containers in the sense that for footer, for example, if you want to create a footer,
It's pregnant.
no, say for example, you want to create a footer container instead of using div, you use footer. You get
I thought this food, it's header, body, footer, header, section, footer. Footer used to be underneath now, the last one under,
yes, yes.
isn't it?
So that was what I was trying to explain now. That
Then the first one is header.
so we want to create a nav bar. So instead of using something like div, we can say nav. You get. So this nav is going to tell, or will I say, help in search engine optimization. You get. Yeah. So
Okay.
and this our nav bar, we can give it in a class name of nav bar. A class name of nav bar. So we open it up. Now, if you look here, this nav bar has a logo here. And it now has this our menu here. Okay. So since they both have this, we're going to create ours in what I call it like that too. So our logo, this logo here is contained in a div, and this list here is contained in a div too, or we can call them containers too. So we can say in this nav, we're gonna have two containers, two divs. So first div will be the one that will contain our logo. So we can say div, give it a class name of navbar underscore underscore logo. Okay. Then open up inside it. Use a H1 tag. H1 tag, we can call it any name. Or maybe you can use your name Vivian, or the preview I did, I used eHub. You get. So in the H1 tag, we'll give it a class name of logo. Now, the next thing is that we are going to create another container that will house this our list of links here. So we're gonna come here and create a div, call it navbar list. Give it a class name of navbar underscore list. And after giving it that, we'll now create our list of menus. You get, so we can say another list, and our another list will contain. Before I do that, let me show you a shortcut. Yes, you are watching me, ba?
Yes.
Now, if you want to make this thing faster for yourself in VS Code, instead of creating tags, all of those things, div, this, I want to create a div that we have. Okay, I want to create another list, and inside that another list, it is going to have a list inside. Then inside those individual lists, I want it to have an a tag. So what I'm going to do is I'll use greater than li greater than a times the menu here is 4. So I can do times 4. Once I press enter, it gives me what I'm looking for. Did you do the same on your?
Wait, listen, you wanted what it came before.
Oh, you gave a
I think it
mistake.
was on a single file.
It came on a single file. Uh, Let me admit this person. Sorry. Okay, so where is that stuff? Yeah. Do all right. UL greater than LI times 4. It gives me the UL list. You get with the 4, the another list with the 4 lists. You get ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Then let me use alternative, hold alt to be able to type it in multiple way. So A, maybe I'll for now give all of them hash before going individually and start giving it a. We have home as the first one. We have articles. So the second one is articles. Third one is about. Fourth one is contact. So we have all of this already set up. What are we missing? Okay, we're not really missing anything. So we're going to create a CSS file for it. Split right. And these are our CSS file. and this is our code here. Now, if you look closely, this thing is using a font style, a specific font style. Because since based on experience, I know that when I saw it, I already knew that all of them are the same font style, and which was this Google fonts, Poppins. So, but for you, maybe you can use this Word font uh, extension and scan all of them. You get, so you can come here and scan and get the font style of this text over here, and see the font weight, the font size, and line height, even the color. You get
Please drop the link for this one.
which one?
This new one. This still there for this.
Is that same one that I told you to download?
Which one did you click? It's still, but
Yes, it's still
add
that.
it.
So that is what we are going to use and be scanning and to know whether this is actually the font size or the font weight, all of those things. You get. So what were we working on now? It was the font style, the font family, and the font family is a Google font. So we're going to go to Google Fonts, Google Fonts. Then when you head over to Google Fonts, we're going to scout the Google. I already written them down here, but I'm going to delete all of them, remove all of them, so we'll start fresh. So I have from 300 to 700. So I go and look for Poppins. So PO Poppins. Then as this is Poppins, I'll start marking the ones I need. So when I mark 300, or which other one? 400, 500, 600, 700. Okay, we've gotten the sizes. And after marking them, let me zoom this out. After marking the sizes, we're going to copy it. I'm not going to download it, so let me get this in a better way. So I'm going to come here and go to this import. You're seeing it, bar? Go to import. Instead of copying this style, since we're not doing it internally, we'll just copy only the import. Then after copying it, we'll go back to our
The other part to be
no, it will be in your CSS file.
that link side. Oh, CSS. Okay, yes, side of CSS.
Yeah. No, we're not using that style. Assuming we're using the style that we are copying the style to, we'll put it in this header side here.
Okay.
But we're not using it, so we just have to use the import directly on the CSS. Okay.
But this stuff now, anyway, is a blog, so it's only works if there's data doesn't if the site is active. Once the site is not active, it won't work.
Is it the font? That is the font bar.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. So now I'm going to do a kind of wildcard styling using this asterisk because By default, some browsers actually have like default padding and margin attached to it. You get, if you don't actually set anything, to give it by default. So we have to cancel all of those defaults padding and margin. So I'll come here and give it a margin of 0 and give it a padding of 0. You see what happened, ba? After giving it shrunk to the edges. You get, ba? Then another thing you're going to do is after that, once our text decoration, our generic text decoration, because since this is a link, we for us to remove this underline, we have to use text decoration and set it to none. But then we have to remove text decoration and set it to none. So what we're going to do is come here. We don't want every link to come and start having all those underlying stuff. So we can say text decoration, set it to none. So I'm going to refresh it, and our text decoration has disappeared. And remember, if I'm using this asterisk, this is going to affect everything that is on the website. You get.
Yes, yes.
So after setting the text decoration into none, I will come here and set the font family. Remember, we copied our font family here. So after copying it, we'll come here and copy the CSS property here. So copy it, then paste it here. So this is what is going to load up. Then if maybe there is no network, then this is what is going to load up. Sans serif will load up. So after that, we'll come here and refresh. Our links have changed style. Okay. So after doing that, let's check. We can give all these links because the way I've been seeing it, from how I studied the code, as if these links have a specific style of coloring or something. Or I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Let's continue that way. Instead of giving it that specific style of color. So the next thing I'm going to do is, in my navbar, I have two containers. In my navbar, I have two containers. So navbar class, container one, container two. Now to arrange these two, we need to make it look in a row format. Let both of them be arranged in a row format on the same line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and style it. So dot nav, give it that asterisk, give it the curly braces. Then after giving it the curly braces,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. Is it your network? I think that my network will do this nonsense.
I don't know because
Does it?
I think my
I'm
network is
continuing.
back, sure. So this is my nav. I'm gonna go back to this code. So this is my nav. I'm going to style my nav.
You can still use anyway.
I can still do what?
I wanted to ask uh, that background image of the whole page, and then but continue first. Continue.
I don't think the
But I
page
still
had
do
a
not
background
know.
image.
Okay, we're just white.
Yeah, it was just white.
Uh,
So what we are going to do is nav. We're going to display it as flex, and we're not going to give it a flex direction. So flex is equal to row. Once I do that, this should be able to react. Okay.
um, name that one
Oh,
now display in my
I used
diameter.
dots. So nav is going to display like this. So I'm going to use display inline because somehow it's stressful going to be using display inline is like straightforward, like straight forward to the core. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Then we can now flex it to the end.
Yes. So
I'll be space in
what we're gonna do is you can say justify content for the nav.
the
Justify content for the nav, we can say space evenly. And after spacing evenly, you're seeing what is happening, right?
yeah.
Then let me do something else. Oh, before that, let me continue on. We're gonna add some padding. Padding. Remember clockwise, top 0 is for the right, bottom
Clockwise
0,
direction. Top, right, bottom, left.
left, exactly. Clockwise direction. So we'll refresh it. This is what it brings out. Now there is something. Did you read that article I sent? Do you read that article I sent to the group chat? That Twitter article.
The grid one.
The RAM, and
Okay.
PX. You say
Okay, the one about the sizes of the pixel and RAM and percent, I think. Is it that one you're talking about?
yes.
Okay.
Now there is a reason why I would advise you read that. You read that document. Let me tag it again when you are done with the class. I advise you read it.
It's Twitter. Twitter
Yeah,
is a thread. It's not like
yeah, exactly. It's a Twitter thread. It's a Twitter thread. Let me open it up from here. That thread, there was a reason I posted that thread because in the modern web design space, what is mostly used is REM. You get now the reason why people are using REM is that it is, well, I call it in a way somehow more scalable. You get for devices than Pixel. I would advise you read this article. I'm gonna tag it again. Let me copy it and paste it back again. Yeah, don't just try and read it. So, but we're going to be using REM. So I can come and use this converter and say 25 pixels.
Nico Cow. Okay.
It's 1.63 RAM. So I can say 1 RAM, 1 RAM or something. 1 point this. So I can say 63. Sounds weird using 1.63 sha. I'm gonna make it 1.7 or 1.5. Let's make it 1.5, 1.5 RAM. All right. So we're gonna refresh this. We are good. Then after that, what else is running? This want this thing to look fine in our eyes. But so we're gonna target that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna target it and say this navbar, navbar, or we'll use this one. We'll use this class and target it. Navbar underscore underscore list ULLI. So you can say navbar underscore underscore oh, underscore underscore list ULLI. Okay. Display inline. Oh, it's a class, so I need to add dots navbar underscore underscore list. So after doing it this way, you see what it's showing bar. Now, as it's like this, if you look closely, this e hub is looking down, while this one is going up. So tell me how you solve the issue. Huh? How will you solve it?
Yeah, well, why did you say this thing that is together like this, but
If you look, this e hub is down. Why this menu menu item is kind of
Okay,
going up.
we send them to the center. We send them to the center.
Okay. So in the nav bar,
Uh,
under the nav, we're going to use align items
to the center.
center. Refresh. We've gotten what we needed. Okay. Now after giving it inline, we can add some paddings to it.
So they can space out.
Yeah, so they can space out. So I say
Like adding,
zero.
we'll be padding more, padding right. 0, 20, 0, 10, 0, 0.
We can give it like left and right padding. Let's say zero.
Okay.
Let me go with that approach. 0 10
So
px
0, 10,
0 0, right? Refresh, spaced out.
yeah.
Let's see if we can add something here. Okay. So it had an effect. So like I said, we are going to be changing these pixels to rem. So whenever you are going to be
Okay.
to be using pixels, you will be using, make sure you are using rem. So I'm gonna come over here and say 10 pixels.
Okay.
So to give us 0.25. So we can come here and say 0.625 rem. 0.625 rem. Okay. So we have these two things. Then let's go back to our something here. What else is missing? Now, if you should come back to this, if you look closely, like we're not yet done with the nav bar. So I'm gonna use this word font and scan this. And when I scan it, we just got our font size, our line height, font weight. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. So our for our logo, this is our logo. We're going to start styling it. So we can come before the nav bar list because it came earlier. So dot logo logo we can say I want our font weight to be 700. Now do you know this your font weight will work? That's why going to this Google this thing and adding all the font weights we are going to be using. Like we are using 700 now because we added 700 here. You get, assuming we didn't add it, it will not appear. You are getting me, ba? So we have to make sure we add the font weights in as much as we are importing the font style and font size. We'll add the font weight into it too. So we are going to say font weight, then line height. Line height is equal to 24.
This one sure doesn't have any like PS or RAM.
No, it doesn't.
It's just 700.
Yeah,
Doesn't have any limits. Okay.
exactly. So line height 24 pixel, font size 24 pixels. So come here and 24. The 4 pixels is 1.5 frame. 1.5. I'm gonna highlight this and come over here. So we've gotten the identical thing we need. Then the next thing is going to be our small menu bars here. So if I scan it, what I'm seeing is poppins and 15 pixels as size, 27 pixels as line height, and the color. So I can come here and target the link. Remember, it is the links that have those colors. Is these links? All
That
these
is
things are
a
links.
anchor tag.
So exactly. So we're going to come here and target the anchor tag. So dot navbar list ULLIA. And when you open it up, we already have a color here. So I'll copy this and come here and color. It's going to be hash, paste it. And after pasting it, the next thing also is going to be font weight. Font weight. So font weight is 500, which is this. So you can say font weight is 500. Or you can say the font size. Font size should give
What is
us
the difference between these two?
uh
When you say font width
uh
and then say font size, what's
now
the major difference? Because I thought tutorial is all about enlarging the
font size
letter.
is more like it's more of enlarging. You get it's more of enlarging of letters. All right. Why font weight is more of making the letters thick, the thickness of the letters. You get so the more the weight, the more thick that letter is going to be. So 15px is the font size. Then line height. Line height is 27px. Okay. So I'll have to come here do something. We'll come here. 0.9. All right. So look at it right now. Is there any confusion? Hello? So that is what is involved in creating the first nav bar. You get that is what is involved in creating the first nav bar. Um
Anyways, from the other side again.
okay. So like I said, that is what is involved in just creating the whole nav bar. All right. So I don't think there is any other listing, any other issue.
So tomorrow now we will present by section.
Yeah, we'll be taking it section by section. So there was something I want to tell you in case you are having issues or something. I don't know if you just in case you're having issues in understanding marginal pattern or something, you can actually use uh this outline or border to understand what you're doing. You can use outline, you can use border. Let me copy this out.
How do you mean this?
To show you how your container is being arranged.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned it. That I put the bottom of my things to help me know what the particular region I'm working with.
Yes.
Then after I can remove it.
Yeah. So you can actually make it a you can use outline. The reason you use outline is so that outline will not add any extra size to your code. But border is going to add some
All those
yeah, border is going to add some extra
um,
something to your code. So you can actually be using outline too. But there was this one thing that I don't know if you've come across it before, where you can be able to code in terms of variables. In the sense that you create everything that you need as a container using roots, using the roots. Yeah, then store
don't
everything.
come across.
Okay, hopefully when we are done with this project, we can actually treat something like that. We'll find a lot of things that appear in common, then create a container for it, then set up everything, then you start adjusting them. It will help you to be able to it will help you to be able to change everything in your code faster. You get instead of doing things individually. Let me create a sample of it. I'll create a sample of it before we say, for example, I'm over here. I can say root Then I can come and create a variable. So I can say variable, the first variable I'm going to say is minus minus outline. Then give it these two px solid red. I seen it like this, but I can come to this place now as I've created this as a variable. I can come here, delete this, and use something like this minus minus. But to write it, I'll have to write variable minus minus outline. Get, and if I should do the same thing
It's just as like it's just like is it Python that is doing this thing where you assign a variable to a particular something. Then
exactly.
when you apply the variable, it works on all of that. So it's
Yes,
like that one says this.
yes.
Wow, I never heard of it.
So if you do something like this
I
now,
think that's Python.
if you do something like this, for example, this is red color that is going to give you. If I change this to blue, it's going to select every one of them. So there is no need of me adjusting any of all of these things. You get, same thing goes just for you to find what is repeating all the time, and then you build on it.
Okay. That's nice.
So tomorrow we go again. Upload to your GitHub before you sleep, Sha.
Sure.
All right now. Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.